Boy, this kid really stepped in it. Jussie Smollett, he stepped in it. But he made it cause some interesting shit. Let's talk about it. Yeah, this guy might have really stepped in it, man. I'm talking about that story with Jussie Smollett. Oh man, did he step in it? Did he step in it? Today I'm gonna talk about 6ix9ine and I'm gonna talk about Jussie Smollett. All right, I got 2 points of views. I'm gonna letting things play out a little bit, and I ain't said nothing for a minute. So I'm gonna drop my 2 cents on it. You know what I'm saying? Cause I do this for the money. I don't want to be popular. I want y'all views. I want y'all to watch it, laugh, have a good time. But I do this for the money. But anyway, let's get there. This is Sess Video. Thanks for tuning in. I love your face. One of my favorite YouTubers say that. I gotta show him his love. This guy really stepped in it. Now, see, this is the thing. I'm not very mad at him doing what he did. I'm really not. In a certain way, I'm going to sound a little arrogant saying it, but this is a big step for gays everywhere. He's doing what everybody else is doing, showing how normal and regular and how human gay people are. So for all the homophobes out there, you should be able to let go of your bullshit thinking about gay people. You should be able to let go of your prejudices because you see that they're just like everybody else. The guy just wanted to rise, and he thought he had a way to make a rise happen that would have been in his benefit, and he fucked up. He fucked up. He fucked up in a way that we can all see. Need I remind you that we caught one of our favorite stars, Eddie Murphy, was a transsexual? That's what he likes. That's what he likes. Don't get me wrong, but you know, for straight heterosexual men, is that the way we want to see one of our favorite stars, one of our favorite comedians? You get the point that I'm trying to make? I'm not coming at it whether he likes men or not. That's not the point. You know, I'm just trying to make a point that we've seen people make tremendous mistakes, big mistakes already, and they can bounce back, and we should allow them to bounce back. I think we should allow them to bounce back. That shows what we're made of as a society. I mean, that's just my opinion still, you know. But yeah, this boy stepped in it. The story is, if you didn't hear it, which I'm pretty sure that you did, but I'm going to say it anyway because I was talking to one of my sons, my teenage sons, and he didn't hear the whole story. He just heard bits and pieces of it. You know, he's seen text across the screen. But apparently, Jussie Smollett, I believe he's 36 years old, he faked a hate crime to help boost his profile as an actor. I hear the media saying, and it's funny how people forget all the time to not take the media at 100% of what they say right away, because we've proven that they lied and twist things and their benefits and all that already, and people do it anyway. But the media says that it's because he wasn't making enough money on the show. Now, the media says that. I didn't hear them say, the two gentlemen that they picked up behind this, the guy that's supposed to have assaulted him, say that. I didn't hear them say his lawyer said that. If they did, I'm sorry. I might be wrong. I'm not necessarily, you know, delivering the news here. I'm just giving my point of view on what I gathered from the news. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Apparently, they say that he wasn't happy with the money that he was making from the show Empire, and he decided he was going to up his profile by putting himself in the Me Too situation. Now, this is what I gather from that. This whole Me Too situation thing, in my opinion, has been blown out of the water. I walk a thin line on whether someone that has been sexually assaulted 20 years ago, especially under the details of like some of the things that went on with Bill Cosby, I'm a little iffy on that. I'm a little iffy on that. I'm not sure if someone should be able to do that. I don't even want to talk about my points of views on that quite yet because that's a whole other show topic in itself. And it goes into other things that I know is going to rub some people the wrong way when they hear it. But I think there should be some kind of a cap on that. I don't know, case by case situation. I don't know. But I do know that the more famous you are, the more money you have is the more fucked up you will be in that situation. Whether you did it or not, just accusation can fuck you up. But Jussie Smollett tried to use this to his advantage. Now, I will say this. If you ever heard of Alpo Martinez, the guy that killed his best friend, I think that's the 90s, one of the 90s drug dealers from New York that killed his best friend, he said something that really stuck with me on one of the interviews that he gave from prison. They asked about him killing his friend Rich Porter, and he made a statement. He said, when you play the game at this level, when you're at this level, you know, you got to play it for yourself. I'm not saying word for word what he said, but he said it along those levels. Like, the game gets serious, and people that don't know don't understand what's happening at that level, how it plays out. And I have to agree with Alpo on that point of view. So to me, we don't know how things were playing out for Jussie Smollett and the money in the show and whatnot. So he might have felt desperate. But I will tell you what, he, to me, along with Tekashi 6ix9ine, is an example of how younger folks think. I'm in my 40s now. I come from a time and a culture. I'm Jamaican, so I come from a time and a culture where there's not too much faking going on. There's not too much bullshitting going on. In the 90s and the 80s, there wasn't too much bullshitting as far as street guys go on. You know, there's stuff that's happening now that just, oh man, it just wasn't a thing like that. But all the same, maybe that was just the image that we were sold in that time, because I've often read and heard from great detectives and CIA agents and all of that how people snitched often. Snitching is not new. It just come out into the public to be so commonplace that the guys go in now just considering, look, I'm going to snitch. I want a deal. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the game. For example, if Tupac didn't get killed, he'd have to go back to court over that fight. Would he have snitched on who was there and who wasn't there, what was going on? Interesting point of view, right? But anyway, back to Jussie Smollett. I'm not very mad at him. I get it. When you're playing with chips that big, you're trying to make something come through. You're trying to make something happen. And I'm sorry, when you're playing at that level, nothing is off the table. Nothing is off the table. We might talk all this stuff on how it should be and all that. And yeah, it should be that way. But guess what? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Screw it. That's not the way it is. So the young man saw an opportunity, or he thought he had an opportunity, and he took it. He was playing a big game at he was playing high stakes poker. And he lost. He crapped out. Should his career be destroyed, though? We can hold the argument that when powerful men get in trouble with women, their careers are destroyed. So how about when powerful men destroy themselves? I mean, should he be made an example of, or should he be the key change, the curb in the road that makes us see that, no, somebody can make a horrible mistake and come back from it? I do think he should own it, though. Yeah. If he's found guilty, play the game, son. Play it the way it plays out. But if you're found guilty, you should own it. Write a book about it. Do a tell-all about it. You should own it. Don't let them make the money off of your story that you can make yourself. There you go. This isn't exactly the outcome that you wanted, but it's the outcome that you got, Jussie. So I would say follow through with the court shit. Take every little change you can take where you can take it of. If you're blessed enough that Empire doesn't fire your ass, then ride that shit out. Ride it till the wheels fall off. Now you gotta thug it all the way out. Now you gotta Tupac it all the way out. You gotta ride it all the way out now. You created that on yourself. Now you got to ride it all the way out, son. It's just my opinion. So ride it. And I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you because they talking about how you took advantage of the system and you hijacked the system and everybody's attention. But guess what? What did all those women with Bill Cosby do? What did all those lawyers do? They hijacked the attention. They used the Me Too to topple a powerful man. Now, what was going on there? There's more going on there with the Bill situation than anybody's talking about. Just like I feel like there's more going on with the Jussie Smollett situation than anybody's talking about. All I'm saying is when you playing at that higher level, like Alpo said, when you at that higher level, don't nobody know the rules of the game. Damn it, is there any rules to the game when you playing that hard? When you playing with like 5, 6, 7, 8 zeros behind a number, what's the rules to the game? I'm just saying. I'm a thinking person. I'm just saying. It's just my thoughts on it. You know what I'm saying? Tekashi 6ix9ine. Tekashi was playing the game. He was playing the game. I don't blame anything that happened with any of the motherfuckers around Tekashi on him. I blame it on them. If you just street motherfucker and couldn't see that you was handling a snitch from the get-go, what were you doing? It ain't no street dudes unless he's like a gay gangster, because I don't want to offend. There's an old slang called homo thug, and I don't want to say and have people offended by it, but you should understand where I'm coming from when I say that. You dig what I'm saying? But really and truly, I mean, look at Tekashi 6ix9ine. You couldn't tell that guy was butter? He was a meal ticket. They played their hand right for a minute. You take what you can off the top. You shimmy what you can off the sides. You dig me? You make sure that the bread want to keep eating. But how y'all drop that bag? I'm just saying, you know, how y'all drop that bag. I'm just saying, like, you know, y'all drop that bag. But it's cool, you know. But Tekashi 6ix9ine was playing the game. So now when it's game over, he's going to cash in his chips and ride off into the sunset. And I ain't mad at him. I, for one, ain't mad at him. I think the niggas out there that's mad, they mad because they got taken in by the hype. They got exposed as motherfuckers that wanted to be down. That's just my opinion. Those who ain't like that, they doing what I'm doing. They building they taking from what he built and building their own shit off of it, branch off of it, just like I'm doing right now, talking about him, to make that money. I'm playing the game just like he played the game, but I'm playing the game from the angle that I'm playing it from. Just like the rest of y'all out here listening and talking about it is. I heard a motherfucker say Instagram dry now since Tekashi been gone. Really? 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 Let me ask a question. Is that a reflection of how many wannabe type motherfuckers is out there? Look, I know my lane. I'm not gangster. I'm not thug. I stay out of that. That's not me. I know my lane. But I didn't watch any of that type shit either. It's just something that come across, like my kids might be present or something else might be going on. Or whatever you did caused such a ruckus that it comes across other medians, so you hear about it. And I click and I look for a minute. It's just like a car crash. When you drive by a car crash, 99% of the people, you turn your head and you look. You slow down, you look a little bit. Tell me I'm not lying. Tekashi 6ix9ine was a car crash we were waiting to see happen. Be honest, how many of us out there was thinking this kid is going to get killed? And secretly we were waiting to see this kid get killed and how. And who it would be that did it. And a lot of the dudes out there knew that. They knew that this kid playing a different game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to call no names because I don't want to get on no street shit. I'm not a street dude. Like, I don't want to get on the street shit. So I'm not going to call any rapper's name or internet fame dudes' names or bloggers, vloggers, or podcasters' names or nobody like that. I'm just speaking shit that if you're listening, you know what I'm saying to be true. So I'm not mad at Jussie Smollett. I'm not mad at Tekashi 6ix9ine. I feel as though they was playing the game. But what I will say is, Jussie, I think Jussie has brought about the beginning of the end of the Me Too movement. I think now when people say shit happened, when the next woman comes out and said, oh, somebody raped me from 40 or 50 or 60 or 100 years ago, I think now the people is going to be a little leery of him and look at him like, you know, why are you talking about it now? We need a bit more evidence. Remember what happened with that Jussie Smollett dude. A person is smart, but the crowd Crowd is dumb as shit. I think that's what Jussie achieved with his actions more than anything else. He brought, in a strange way, sensibility back to the public. He's going to have everybody thinking about the details of what they just got. The motivation, the key thing, the motivation. The motivations of the information they just got. So the next person to come out publicly and accuse somebody, they shit better be fucking right. I personally think it's going to start reaching a level where a person going to have held you down and beat you and scarred you, and you're going to have cum on your dress like the bitch that, what's it called, Monica Lewinsky. You're going to still have to cum stain on your dress how many years later to make that go through after what Jussie Smollett pulled. So in a strange, odd way, thanks, Jussie. I appreciate you for bringing back sensibility. You know what? I was going to do another show, but I'm going to talk about it right now. Let's talk about R. Kelly. I got a point of view about the whole R. Kelly thing that nobody else seems to have put out there and shared, or nobody wants to say it. So since I'm upcoming, I could use the views. I'm going to say it frankly. America has a point of view of its women that is a complete illusion. The American woman is not a victim. We have just pointed in we have painted a picture of the American woman, and we have given them laws to help protect against that too. In fact, no, I'm not even going to say that. The system gave laws to women that needed it. But because of the nature of the American woman, they use it to their benefit. American women have learned to use the law to control men. It's very common to see an argument and a woman go, I'll just call the cops, because she knows when the cops get there, because she's the faint, weak woman. Fuck what she did to bring it to that point. She's going to win. You're going to jail. You're going to lose. It's unfair. So what's happening, in my opinion, with R. Kelly is the way people keep trying to paint these women, they are not these kind of women. There's a hood slang. It's called gold digging hoe. So let me ask a question. Is it possible that R. Kelly has a harem of gold digging hoes? Think about that for a second. A gold digging hoe wants that money. She wants things to be spent on her. She's not going to worry about where her kids is at, what's going on with her mama. You dig me? She wants the high life, and she doesn't want to work or do anything for it, except for maybe just lay on her back, because that's easy. And if she's a freak on top of it, oh, man, you got a special rare breed. I mean, this is what people traveling to different countries for and pay money for in their own towns. And, you know, these are the kind of women that become prostitutes. Yes, I know that there's a story out there of the poor woman that couldn't do anything for herself, and all that she could do was sell her body to feed her and her babies that she loves so much. But let me tell you what's really going on here. There's a breed of women, not all women, but there's a breed of women that understand the game and are playing a different game. There's a breed of women that all men know of, and we don't talk about, because if you talk about them and you expose them, you might not be able to get at them anymore. But in the Me Too era, they don't care. So long as you keep paying, they don't care. Because now there's pretty words to protect them, like being a sugar daddy. You're a sugar daddy. Well, what do you call the female? If you're a sugar daddy, then what's the chick to you? She's a gold digging hoe. If you want to Google it, it's gold digging whore. There are some women that sell their sex, their sexuality, They give their time to pleasure men for trinkets, shiny things, dollar bills. I accuse R. Kelly of nothing more than having a harem of hoes. He's pimping. It's called pimping. I wouldn't be surprised that I wouldn't be surprised if at some time something comes out about him having lent his women out, for lack of better words. I'm waiting for that to drop, because that'll confirm my theory that he's a pimp. And America hates the pimp. America hates the pimp because the pimp is America's dirty secret, just like the crack dealer, just like the coke dealer. The pimp holds secrets that not only can fuck up your job, but it can fuck up your life, because he sees you and you pay him when you come every week. So yeah, they want to hide these guys in the deepest, darkest parts of the prison. When you get the chance, you should Google, you should look up the amount of years pimps get while the prostitutes walk away. They don't realize that this is an agreement between two people. But the guy takes the greater risk. The pimp, the man, takes the greater risk. America's under this belief that some guy took advantage of a poor, innocent girl that didn't know any better. There's this story about the runaway girl that is innocent and didn't know any better. She just didn't have a good upbringing, but she was just smart enough to run away. So she runs away, and she's trying to make it in the world by herself. And this nasty, mean man comes in front of her and says, oh, you're so sweet, you're so pretty. Let me help you get by and take care of you. But he's only manipulating her, and she doesn't know any better because she's never seen it. No, that is not true. The fact of the matter is, a lot of these girls that run away, they're unruly children. They're unruly young women. Just like you have a lot of boys that run away. They were unruly kids. The ones that grow up and straighten themselves up, they admit that fact. The girls just have an easier walk with the system, in a sense. Ain't too many people shooting prostitutes. Ain't too many cops shooting prostitutes. You get my point? The crimes that runaway kids do are different from male and female. Women usually lean into a little drug selling, pussy selling mostly. Men tend to lean into drug selling and robbery, hardcore stuff. What's hardcore for the women is not what's hardcore for men. Trust me when I tell you, what's hardcore for women is to be fucking so much in a day that her pussy just remains dry. She begins to hate and loathe men. That's hardcore for a woman. Because for them, that's the one thing that they go, anywhere they go, it can produce some money. For a man, it's your physical labor. You can't walk into anywhere and just because of the way you look or because of something between your legs, it pays for a meal. This is a fact no one wants to talk about. For a woman, especially young girls, they can literally walk anywhere. If a young girl runs away and she needs somewhere to sleep, she can literally pick any man anywhere, any place, anywhere. And if she's willing to get on her knees or to lay on her back just for a few seconds, few minutes, she has somewhere to sleep. She has something to eat. Say that I'm lying. It's something we don't like to talk about and think about. Because when you think about it, it could be your daughter or your sister or your mother. I once heard this saying that men hold the illusion of strength when they're truly weak inside, where women hold the illusion of weakness where they're truly strong inside. I really think that that's true shit. So with the R. Kelly thing, I think R. Kelly just has a harem of hoe bitches. It is just what it is. You don't understand that if you don't live that life. I'll even go as far as to say it's akin to the homosexual lifestyle. If you've never lived that life if you're not connected to that life in any way, if you don't have a gay relative that you're really close with or anything, if you're not gay yourself, then you wouldn't understand how that life breaks down. I mean, honestly, you wouldn't. So R. Kelly's lifestyle is a lifestyle that you wouldn't understand if you didn't live that life any. If he had achieved that in a poor community, he would probably have those women sleeping with other men by their own choice too. You see the things you hear about the pimp life with beatings and things, all of that is part of the life for some people. The women involved, they accept it. They're not victims to it. They accept it. Just like the men involved accept it. I think I'm going to just kill it on that note right there. I think this is something you might need to play back and listen to again. If you were square to shit, you're going to have to play this back and listen to it again and see, man. I'm not mad at R. Kelly. I think he's got a harem of hoes. It happens in the hood often. I know people that live that way, and I mean live that way. You go to their house and there's half-naked women laying around all through the house, and they're all good with it. They're not victims, and they're all of age. They're just younger girls to me. 19, 20, 21, 22. They're just younger girls to me. Who wants a woman at 30 when she hits the wall, like them women that was complaining about R. Kelly? All of those women was 30 and over. Some of them looked like they wasn't that pretty to begin with. So, hey, when you hit 25, you got to go. That's all part of that life. So I'm not mad at R. Kelly. I'm not mad at Jussie Smollett. I know what he did is fucked up, but the game is fucked up. There's an old saying, don't hate me, hate the game. So I ain't mad at Jussie. He thought he had an opportunity and he took it. If he was a nobody and he did that, it wouldn't have made the news. He saw an opportunity and he took it. I'm not mad at him. Hell, maybe he needs some of that. It dirties up his character a bit. Somebody put him on now. He can play a role that we're not seeing coming from him yet. Because there's no denying that he's a good actor. Ain't nobody said he wasn't a good actor. He's mediocre or nothing. He's a good actor. So maybe he just opened some doors that might not have been open to him before, to a creative director or creative writer. How about that one? So, Jussie, I ain't mad at you. R. Kelly, I ain't mad at you. Tekashi, I'm not mad at you. At your age, you came into the game. You took it the way it was. Motherfuckers snitch nowadays. That's what they do. That's part of the game. The people that was smart enough, like a 50 Cent smart, they saw it for what it was. They played it at the angle that you was playing it at, and they stepped off. Whoever else couldn't see that, it's part of the game. A point of view that I know a lot of motherfuckers not going to be strong enough to take, but it's true. So I'm not mad at Tekashi 6ix9ine, Jussie Smollett, or R. Kelly. Do your thing, boy. I ain't mad at you. This Sess Videoz. Like and subscribe. Click on that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think, man. Repost this video. It's a point of view other people need to have, yo. How about that? Drop it on them. If you can't say it, put it out there. This is Sess Videoz. SessVideozYouTube.com. You know what I'm saying? Go to YouTube and Google Sess Videoz. Find me. Listen to me because my shit is hot. Check my videos out. I got all kinds of stuff going on. You know what I mean? So I'm going to drop it at that. And I'm out.